Okay, you guys remember how I showed you the maps that were here on Earth before 1958, before the governments took them out? And I'm going to show you the Encyclopedia Britannicas in the public libraries before 1958. Here's volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica.
I guess I gotta mute my music because he's got, you know, his own spooky soundtrack here, so.
And this is from 1958, as you can see.
Oh, I'm getting scared.
Now, we're going to flip to the Antarctica and see.
No, don't do it. I can't handle it. Not in Rocktober. Don't do it.
What the Encyclopedia Britannica from 1958, before the
Oh my God, I'm shaking in my boots.
Antarctic Treaty says is there.
Anything but this.
Now, you won't find this in the new encyclopedias because the government's banned them. But what I want you to notice right
The government's banned the new encyclopedias?
here is, notice how it says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character with a dome.
No freaking way. That's it. I'm converting. I convert. I'm a flat earther. Ew, it's going to be a doozy tonight, guys. We're heading into something we call Rocktober around here. Some people call it UNIRocktober. I call it Rocktober. I don't want to put my name on it. I mean, come on, I'm not that cocky. We're going to go into some more spooky stuff later in the month. We're going to look at some spooky conspiracies. And we're even going to look at some ghost stuff and zombie stuff. And we're going to look at some historical spooky stuff. So keep an eye out for that. And tomorrow, right here on our nightly show, UNIRock Live, Blue Marble Science will be on. And we're just going to talk about some stuff. And we're going to have some videos to look at. It's going to be a really good show. Blue is really awesome. He jumped in my D-Live chat earlier. He called me on D-Live while I was online. And we had a great conversation. He's just a really good dude, so I can't wait to get him online. Make sure you subscribe to Blue Marble Science. He's uploading a video tomorrow. So if you do, leave a comment, and you're going there from this because I recommended him. Hashtag UNIRock sent me. Let him know. So what's up with this really quick? Because we got a lot of stuff to do here, bro. We've got... we got to look at JM Truth tonight. Just about an hour ago was on Fight the Flat Earth against GeoStreber. And I'm hoping I say his name right. I think I did that time. And the results were amazing. But I did a little bit of digging, and with the help of another YouTuber, Negative Exponents, you guys got to check out Negative Exponents' channel. Negative, if you want to drop your link, you're more than welcome to for all the help you've done the last few days. Check out Negative's channel. He's got some good stuff on there. And Negative and some other people hooked me up with some more videos about JM Truth that we've never seen. Because I don't know, bro. Is this guy a scientist? Or as we learned a few days ago looking at Quantum Eraser's work, is he the oh-so-easy to become pseudo-scientist? We're going to find out. Then, we're not done. Because I don't know how, but a lot of you guys found my video on Poo Poo Word. I'm not saying his real name because I'm worried I'll get demonetized. Poo Poo Word. A lot of you guys found it. Thank you for watching it. If you watch my edited videos, I will keep making them. If you watch them, if I make them, they will watch. No, it's if you watch, I will make them. here's a quick preview on what happened in Poo Poo Word's special edited episode of UNIRock. And then you're going to find out he hasn't gotten his mind back yet, guys. It's still lost. We need to help Poo Poo Word find his mind. That's what we need to do for the poor guy. We need to help Poo Poo find his mind. Anyway, take a quick preview because we're going to update you on the story. And let me just go ahead and spoil it for you. He's gone even more crazy.
Excellent.
Just imagine if you suddenly tipped. The earth is moving and spinning. It's quite hilarious, but it's very sad. It's very sad. What have they got? Have they got science?
No.
We have to lie. We have to create this obfuscation to keep the lie alive. Interesting, yeah.
And where's the end? Because the end is so good. Oh, there it is. Hold on. You got to see it. I don't know why it said thank you, Tony. I don't know why I said thank you, Tony, at the end of that. It doesn't say that in my edited clip. Anyway, that was the video I did 3 days ago. Poo Poo Snaps. Well, he hasn't come back from his crazy. All of that tonight, right now, on UNIRock Live. It's Monday, October 7th of 2019, broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. Of course, wherever you're from is awesome, too. Love the people in every country I've ever been to. Our nightly show where we take all the crazy. We don't care about the topic, even though we've been hitting Flat Earth a lot lately. And we take all the crazy going on out there and compile it down for you so we can all laugh at it together for a little bit at the end of the day. Let's roll. Thanks for being here. Hit it. So, I would let the music keep going because it's an awesome song. It's a great guitar solo, but what was that again, Mr. Crazy Guy?
13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south.
So this guy decided he would go to the library, which I cannot get on him for, honestly. I can't be mean to the guy. At least he went to the library. I mean, he's already well ahead of every other flat earther out there. He did some reading. By the way, I don't even know if flat earthers can do that. So hell, this guy's way ahead of the competition. And he found a book, he says, from 1859, or did he say 19? He might have said 19. I won't take that from him. But he finds a book that mentions that in Antarctica, there's a dome. And then he states that the United States government doesn't want you to know about the dome in Antarctica and the dome over the rest of the world. So they censored it so that you wouldn't find out the truth. Well, there's actually an explanation for that. Womble S Studio. Is that supposed to be Womble's Studio? Because your S, is that a space S? Now, hold on. I can't let this go. Chat, you're going to have to help me here. Is this a space S? If it was a comma, we'd call it a space comma. We've got to call, look, I'll zoom in. We've got to call it a space S, don't we? That's a space S in the name of his channel. That's the worst place to put a space comma or a space letter. It's in the name of your channel. Also, after tonight, at the end of the show, you're going to help me vote for my submission to Red's Rhetoric and the rest of the community for the the Dumb F of the Year Award. I can't cuss on YouTube anymore. The Dumb Blank of the Year Award. I'm going to submit my submission tonight. Don't worry, I'm going to put it in a video. We're going to upload an edited video about it and everything. Anyway, let me go ahead and spill the beans. We need to get onto the show. We don't have time for this. Sorry to burst your bubble, Mr. Space S in your YouTube name. Flat Earth Insanity .blogspot.com actually has an explanation for this. This was a quote from a book that was put into the encyclopedia, but it wasn't translated perfectly. 1958 Encyclopedia Americana, quote, Antarctica dome 13K feet high, Admiral Byrd, quote. This actually came from Admiral Byrd's book, issues 40 to 57, page 9, if you want to fact check me. Admiral Byrd at Scott's Hut on February, all told, 4 flights in 12 days were made over the South Pole. Home was a wooden hut that was built here at Hut Point on Ross Island during Captain Scott's discovery expedition of 1901 to whatever. Man of Rear Admiral Byrd command flown here by helicopter. Excuse me, from the Navy ship of operation, ... Shield superimposed by a great dome of snow and ice, and toward its center, reaching in an excess of 13,000 feet elevation. Because it's really nice to try to fit the facts to your reality, but for those of us that live in reality and not in a fantasy land, we don't do that. We look at the facts, we observe them, and base our reality, on those facts. And that will be a running theme throughout tonight's show, so everybody buckle in. I present to you 2 people that will be my candidates. I'll have to pick one. You're going to help me. We're going to vote on it later. I got 2 people that I want to submit possibilities for Dumb You-Know-What of the Year award. One of them is, of course, JM Truth. He deserves it. He really does. But also, and you're going to know after tonight why he deserves it. Though, does he really? Because Quantum Eraser, who we've been looking at lately, also, the problem I have, so this is the argument. I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans, and then that way you can think about it through the show. I've been making the argument that people like Nathan Oakley are, you can basically see when they are being deceptive or dishonest. And it actually takes a little bit of smarts to be dishonest, even though it's highly dumb to do that. Do all of them qualify? Do we take the ones that are exceptionally dishonest and, disqualify them for our votes? Because I'd love to vote for Nathan Oakley, honestly. But then again, Quantum Eraser, as you saw me do over the last couple weeks, pull his own sources and read them to show you that he's cherry-picking those sources and lying to you about what's in those sources. Although we've got JM Truth saying that he's actually a degreed scientist. He's a doctor, and this doctor can't. He can't do shit. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get into it here. Tonight. This was tonight. This just happened, and it's so good. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Nope, first we're going to start. I forgot. Sorry. Hey, I make videos all day. I don't have time to worry about my streams. I mess them up sometimes. So before we do any of that, this was said on Jose's show.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the update. He came into the chat and admitted later after you'd left that he did actually have me blocked.
She's talking about Sleeping Warrior.
So, I don't lie. But anyway, he won't debate me unless I show him my credentials, which I'm not willing to do. But I did say...
Okay, I don't know who you are, but your name says Trish. So, Trish, I want to give you a little bit of advice. Before you give your credentials, I'm not saying you will, but before you would show Sleeping Warrior or Anthony Riley, isn't it? Before you show him your driver's license, how about you don't? Just throw it away. Get rid of it. Don't ever tell him who you are, because he did the same thing to Professor Phil. He basically pretended like he was going to sit down and have an actual discussion about facts, about proving his, flat earth or whatever, and answering Dr. Phil's points. And instead, he just attacked Professor Phil. Did I say Dr. Phil? I always say Dr. Phil. Instead, he just attacked Professor Phil. I did a whole video on it. Go watch it if you haven't yet, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you do give him your name, and probably even if you don't, he's probably just going to stalk you and find out who you are anyway. You're going to start getting a lot of harassment. You're going to start getting a lot of, messages and crap from people, and then he's going to do it to you anyway on his show. He doesn't have any shame. So what he did with Professor Phil, they had a debate. It started off, in the beginning, they both promised that they would not even discuss each other or attack each other. Professor Phil honored it and did a presentation. When it was Riley's turn, he did nothing but attack Professor Phil. And then, even though Professor Phil asked him not to show his personal emails and messages with the public, he would not listen. He did it anyway. Don't trust Sleeping Warrior. That's one of the reasons why, until he answers me and gives me an actual model, the thing I asked for from Oakley and Arwen and them, before I talk to any of them, they're going to put that out on their channel. Or I just won't talk to them. I'll just debunk the hell out of them and never stop. Anyway, keep going.
That I'll show them to Toady UK, and then he can vouch to Sleeping Warrior that I'm a lawyer, because I don't.
So I guess Sleeping Warrior wants her to vouch that she's a lawyer. I've never been able to find one person that can prove that Sleeping Warrior is a lawyer. I haven't found one person. I know there's a lot of people out there that say he is. That's fine. But you'd figure, since he demands identification and absolute proof from everybody that he talks to, and even calling Professor Phil not a professor or an academic, you'd think that it'd be really easy, like there'd be a website or something where he puts that out, only because he requires it from everybody else. I don't think that you should require it, but if it's going to be your main argument against everybody that comes out, why don't you prove to us you're a lawyer, right? Show us the cases that you've argued. There has to be something there, some paperwork from one of the courts, from one of the people that you represented. There's got to be something that's public information that you can show. He won't even show it. I can't find it. If you have it, email it to UNIRocktv@gmail.com. I'd love to see it.
I don't want to give Sleeping Warrior my real name, and
that tells me that you're at least pretty smart. By not giving Sleeping Warrior your real name, you're at least pretty smart.
And my credentials. So, and then he said he'll debate me live, but we'll see.
I wouldn't even debate him. He's just going to argue semantics. There are a few people out in the community that I think all of us creators can agree aren't worth debating anymore. Nathan Oakley, Sleeping Warrior, Quantum Eraser, they're just not worth debating because they're just going to be dishonest and lie. They're not going to try to understand what you're saying. Instead, they're going to attack the words, the definitions, the semantics of what you say. And you'll never get anywhere with somebody that's doing that. You got to debate with people who are trying to understand you, right? Anyway.
And another thing, I think it's crap.
I am happy that JM Truth debated Fight the Flat Earth, or I'm sorry, GeoStreber on Fight the Flat Earth today, though. We're going to look at that in just a second. It was monumental.
That we've all got to prove who we are. Like, if I'm not...
So that's the update to the story, and I'm going to move on. Basically, this person is being stalked and threatened to be doxxed by Sleeping Warrior. I just thought it was funny because it does back up that whole thing I've been saying about the guy, right? And it does reinforce the fact that Fight the Flat Earth is nominating Sleeping Warrior for Dumb Blank of the Year award. I am thinking about two people. One, JM Truth. The other is, of course, Quantum Eraser. That's right. Anyway, so here's what happened, just to get you set up. GeoStreber is here. JM Truth is here. Skeptic and FTFE, and then also Dummy Riley, the fake Riley. They're up top moderating. Surprisingly, I can't believe that Team Skeptic stayed out of this debate as much as he did. GeoStreber was handling it great, but definitely he should have jumped in more. There's one part where Skeptic just starts calling JM an idiot over and over again. It's so funny. You got to see it. I wish I had the timestamp. If you get me the timestamp, y'all, I'll play it. If somebody wants to fetch me, you don't have to. I'm just saying if you want to.
Your painting is what I would call it.
GeoStreber.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. Basically, JM Truth starts to argue that every picture of space ever is a composite and fake. And he's hit with a curveball.
Basically. And, well, yeah. Yeah, if you're talking about alternating current, yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but basically electron spin is
make to explain gravity as defined by Newton or even Einstein. I know you don't.
I don't agree.
I know you don't.
I know you don't.
So give me an example.
For example, all the...
Rodent, that's so true. Riley didn't look happy staring at Fight the Flat Earth's nipples all night. Well, he kind of does, though. Look at that face.
All the experiments that we do regarding orbits, for example, when predicting.
Oh, you guys, just wait till I show you what I got on this guy. So, there is so much good shit out there on JM Truth. It's just a wealth of content.
When predicting orbits of newly discovered asteroids, we use gravity, the theory of gravity, to actually determine where that asteroid is going to be in the future and where it was in the past.
Right, but everything that you've said, every image you've seen of space, every image...
Here we go. Every image you've ever seen of space is fake, he says.
You've seen stars, planets, all that stuff is all CGI.
Now, I want you, going into this clip, this just happened tonight, to ask yourself a couple questions. Now you got to listen for it. After hearing this, do you think that he even knows what a composite is? Do you think he even knows how to tie his shoes? That's how bad it's about to get.
None of it's real.
Okay, what about the moon, for example?
What about the moon?
He asks, "What about the moon?" Well, Geo did, and then he responds, "What about the moon?" The moon. What do you mean? What about? There are pictures of the moon. Yeah, you could make the argument that the pictures of Saturn or Jupiter or even Pluto even are all composites, and maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. We'd have to look into it. But there's many pictures of the Earth and the moon that are not, provably are not composites. There are actual video streams from regular cameras up there shooting the image down, and then there are actual pictures that are not, by definition, composites. Just like when they take a picture of you, they just go up there and take a picture of it.
Yeah, the moon is a natural orbiting satellite.
Hey, JM, just before you guys go on, so you've got something to reference about that CGI thing. Have a look at this.
This is so good. Fight the Flat Earth, bro. So good. So FTFE pulls up a picture of a nebula, I believe, and then a picture of a galaxy. And JM Truth obviously thinks it's fake, but it's taken not from NASA, not from the government. It's taken from a telescope and a camera on the ground by just a person. So you'd think that once you tell them that, once you say, hey, we finally have telescopes that, you know, aren't very expensive, that you can set up yourself and image things like this. Let's hear how JM Truth responds.
For me.
JM Douche. Demonic, bro. Oh, my God. Demonic Davros just said that JM Douche. Oh. He doesn't have a, thesis for his master's. I bet he doesn't. I don't think he does have a master's. I don't even think he has that degree that he talks about. Don't worry, Davros. We're going to go into all of that tonight.
What would you say that image is? I'll ask both you and GeoStreber. What is this image and how is it?
Well, this image is taken by a telescope from the Earth with a camera and by an amateur astronomer.
Is it created?
It's a composite image of multiple different things.
Why? How does he know that? Is he in it for the truth? Or is he taking the facts that are out there and molding them to his preconceived lie or preconceived notion?
Without tearing it, I don't know.
You don't know, but it's a composite. That's not how the world works, JM. What did I say his name was? JM DumDum. I do like JM Douche. I do like Davros. I really like. I like that name. Actually, ROD and I checked both his universities, and he's listed as alumni. Well, they're what Full Sail University, right? It's an internet course. You know, he did. In order to get those degrees, he could have just had somebody else take the test for him.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's bad or anything. You can get degrees that way. I'm just saying.
It's an artist rendering. It's a computer painting. Hold on, let me finish. It's a computer painting is what I would call it.
How is it a computer painting if it's taken from a telescope with a camera?
GeoStreber, what would you say that was?
I guess, is it the newest picture of Geist View?
One of them, yes. JM, that was taken with this.
Hey, Ryder Dinosaurs, you too, man. Hey, thanks, dude. You'll have to come on the show sometime. Appreciate it.
A telescope and a camera. Simply that and this tracking software. It's not computer generated. It's not composites. It is a very long exposure shot taken with a camera.
Now, do you think that JM Truth literally having the word truth in his name is going to say, wow, I thought only NASA got those pictures for us. Well, if a civilian can do it, then we can't make these stupid NASA arguments all the time. You think that's what he's going to say? Because that's what any smart, logical person would say, right?
And a telescope that anybody can buy.
I can't validate that, and you can't validate that. So
Yes, you can. You can validate that very easily. All you need to do to validate that is to go buy the telescope and the camera, or go get it on loan from somebody, or go to somebody, contact somebody who's in an astronomy club who are going to take images, and go out there and join the club and watch how they do it. Look at how the process goes. It's easy to validate this.
So I can.
I've seen the raw pictures, and I know the person that's taken them. I can validate that.
Now I'm going to make a point. You guys know I'm going to make a point.
I'm just saying.
Okay, do me a favor.
Also, you can just you can buy a telescope yourself if you want to.
I wish GeoStreber, and I'm not putting him down. He did a great job tonight. He was facing unending, incredible stupidness from JM Truth all night, but I wish he would have hammered in that point. I wish he would have hammered that home. You should have held his feet to the coals and made sure that he answered to that. Why don't you just go get the telescope yourself, image it yourself, and look at it for yourself? It's insane. If people are willing to believe that NASA puts paintings, what does NASA do? They launch rockets and they take paintings, like they just got this giant painting that covers the entire night sky, right? And they paint the galaxies, and they paint the stars, and they paint the planets, so that when you look with a telescope, you're just seeing this painting. Because when would NASA be able to fabricate the fake picture? They would not be able to. Or do you think that some kind of crazy conspiracy telescope is the thing that imaged it, you know?
And
I'm not saying that they're cheap.
The person that took these images is actually in the chat.
Geo.
The person that took...
So, pay attention, please, with me. He says, now he's bragging, and he does this. He is such a I'm going to go ahead and start my UNIRock body language breakdown of this fool, because he is a pathological liar. Hit it, Busy. JM Truth is a pathological liar, in my opinion, because every single thing that they say, and this happens any time he talks, he automatically is an expert. He is Dunning-Kruger exemplified. On my show, in my world, he is right next to Quantum Eraser. They are running equal in the 500-meter Dunning-Kruger dash, if you get my drift.
These
I've
images
seen
is
lots
in the
of
chat.
telescopes, Geo. I understand how a telescope works. I used to own one.
So you own a telescope, you've looked through many telescopes, and yet you're not willing to admit that these things are visible in the sky. Why?
Okay.
You bet you got to have some massive logic, right? There's got to be a massive, provable, testable, real reason for you to sit up here and say this, right?
All of these images himself. And he's actually in the chat now. And it's just one person with his equipment.
I'm kind of envious there, because those pictures are fucking amazing.
I said this on D Live, but I'm going to say it again. I am envious also. This is just excellent.
Amazing.
I know, right?
To think that these things are in the sky. My God, especially that nebula. I don't know if that's the crab or whatever it is. And then the one that looks like an eyeball. They are so incredible. It's just amazing.
I'm going to pay him for some.
The images are cool.
I want to interview the guy. I want to get the guy that took these images on my show and interview him and ask him some questions, get him to tell us the process, maybe take a few more pictures for us or something, right? That would be a good live stream. I think it'd be valuable, because the question of composites it's just always thrown around from the smallest flat earther to the biggest flat earther. Why is that? Why is it so ironic? Everything that they need to be fake has its own conspiracy theory attached to it. I mean, it couldn't be that they're just making this shit up, could it? Couldn't be that they're just throwing away all the real... Look, if they want to get rid of the composites, I'm fine with that. Get rid of the composites. But how are you going to tell me that telescope images and regular photos from space or from, the moon or anywhere, How are you going to tell me that that's a conspiracy and fabricated in some way? You can't unless you're just pre-subscribing to these types of thoughts.
Cool, I will give you that.
So do you
He agreed. JM Truth agreed that these are amazing pictures. Oh.
think that they are fake?
No, I know they're fake.
He doesn't think they're fake. He knows they're fake. He doesn't have a reason. He's not going to tell you why. He's not going to say to himself, I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to mislead people. I don't want to believe something that's wrong. I'm going to go get the telescope, or I'm going to go do it the freeway and join the astronomy club, and I'm going to look for myself. No, he just knows it. He hasn't done anything. He does, because he's looked at one composite image from NASA in the past, which we're going to look at in just a second. As soon as we see this clip, we've got him on, I guess Team Skeptic and Fight the Flat Earth broke this down not too long ago. Let's see, what date was it? Where the hell's the date, man? May 16th of 2019 on Fight the Flat Earth. Flat Earther, oh, you can't see it. Flat Earther proves artist rendition is in fact an artist rendition. He admits it's a composite. He admits it's an artist rendition. He downloads it and puts it into Photoshop. That's what I've been told. We're gonna look at it in a second. So because he's done this with one picture now, he thinks with his supreme logic that he can now call every single one ever done a composite and fake.
Okay, so if we were to do
Hold on, we got to hear that last part one more time.
Fake.
So do you think that they are fake?
No, I know they're fake.
Okay, so if we were to do if Geist was about to do a live stream.
Just so everybody that knows, in case you weren't here a minute ago, this was streamed tonight on Fight the Flat Earth. Monday night debate, GeoStreber versus JM Truth.
About making one. Would you watch that? And would you then accept it as evidence?
Yep.
Would you watch it? Absolutely. Would you consider it evidence?
Well, as evidence, no. Would I watch?
So he's a hypocrite, y'all. He's a straight hypocrite. Team Skeptic makes the best point in a little bit, and I hope I get the right timestamp, because Team Skeptic pops in and says, hey, all the way up here, you're not accepting, or what was he doing? He was accepting pictures of boats disappearing beyond the horizon as real without questioning them in any way, as composites, as fakery, as Photoshop, as anything. Just saying, no, if they prove the flat Earth, then I'm going to believe it. But if you're going to show me a person using a telescope to prove the globe, I'm not going to believe it. Team Skeptic made a great point on that.
Watch it? Sure, absolutely. Again, I try to avoid making absolute predictions without actually being...
It's not an absolute prediction, you ding-dong.
...present or having my hand in the...
You just did that, though. You did that all through here with the boats going over the curve thing. He says boats don't go beyond the curve, that you can always zoom in on a boat. And that makes no sense. We know how perspective works. We know how light works. We know that if it was flat, things would get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then they would just fade away. So yeah, maybe you'd have a boat looking like a boat to where you can still see it, go to the fog or the haze or out of your sight, but it would just fade away. It would just fade out, right? It wouldn't disappear from the bottom. There's only one way that things disappear from the bottom. And we know that everything disappears from the bottom on the Earth when you watch it go, disappear. He can accept every picture of the boats, never questioning them. Believes in the flat Earth. But when it comes to the globe, very dishonest.
Experiment or observation at some level. So the only thing I can do is take an image, put it in my software, tear it apart, and
my God, look at how gorgeous that is.
See if it's real or not.
It's amazing. Look at that. This is a point that I always make. I'm going to keep it really short, but you lose so much about our reality when you deny space, right? We have something that our ancestors didn't have. We've got really powerful telescopes that can image very far out into space. It gives us a unique perspective from our history to look into what our reality is and ponder it and add it to the base of knowledge we have. Everyone out there that's playing this game of flat Earth is just wiping that clean off the table. They're losing a lot when they do it.
So if somebody actually invited you to join not only a live stream, but actually going to the location and taking the pictures yourself, would you accept that?
Would I do it? Would I accept it? Again, I'd have to do the research on the...
No, he said, would you go and take images with another human being yourself? Because if you take the image, then you'd know it's real. You can't say that NASA messed it up. I like what GeoStreber's doing here.
Equipment we're using, and there's really a lot of things. There's telescopes out there that have software with them.
So what he's saying is not that telescopes have software that comes with them that you install to your computer so that you can plug them into a USB and download things or whatever. He's not saying that. He's saying that something about the software is built into a telescope, or that when the telescope is hooked up to a computer, which it doesn't make sense because you can take the images when it's not hooked into a computer, and also you can wave your hand in front of a telescope. I don't understand this argument from him, but that's why I'm playing it for you. He doesn't have an argument. He is Dunning-Kruger personified, just like Quantum Eraser.
As well. So I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying...
Team! I have some pent-up frustrations about this dipshit. Would be willing to come into chat. Team, let me get you in 10 minutes, dude. 5 minutes. Just get your Skype up, get ready, get it all sorted, and I'll call you in 5 minutes. Got me? Sweet, bro. Would love to have you.
There are telescopes that exist that have software take images from, or not actually from what you're actually observing.
But you realize that you could test it by just, for example, holding your hand in front of the lens and everything. You can just check whether the live stream that you're getting out on the laptop would be identical or would be...
Okay. Team Skeptic, who participated in this insanity, is about to come in and break this down with us, and he's going to watch these other videos with us, so it's going to be excellent. Stick around. Just give me a second to get him in. I'm going to update the name of the stream, and Team Skeptic will be right in here.
Caused directly by the telescope.
Yeah, do you realize that the image that Craig just played, or whoever it was that played, with the water that's floating up, that's actually CGI. That's actually a computer video.
Again,
rendered in real time.
Citation needed.
Huh?
They did
citation
that,
needed.
They did that live again.
Okay, but Craig, live, they have software and equipment where they have balls that they're playing with that aren't even in real space, but you...
Get ready, team. I'm calling you. It's going to be a doozy.
See them on the image. That's called CGI. Or was it 3D?
Oh my God, bro. Yes, it's CGI is what you're looking for. Computer graphics.
I'd have to go look it up. You know what I'm talking about. They do it in movies all the time too. They do it in Avatar. So.
All right. Here comes Team Skeptic. Shit, I gotta call audio. Oh, hold on, recalling.
Hey, what up, bro? Give me 1 second, I'll be ready.
You're good, bro. I'm gonna share the screen so you can see and hear everything. No problem. Guys, we got Team Skeptic in here with us, and he can give us a really good perspective on this because he was there. What's up, bro? Hold on, sharing my screen now. All right, you got audio and video. All right, here we go. How did you get... Now my camera whacked out again. How did you get through this, dude? How did you get through this? I would have been laughing the whole time, bro. It was crazy.
Well, I sat back and muted my mic for the majority of that because I
could hear you laughing, bro. I know you were laughing.
Oh, man. It wasn't that I was laughing. I was fucking like, you're a fucking moron. You fucking idiot. Now, I was laughing at times, and there were a few times when I accidentally left my mic unmuted.
Oh, he got so mad, dude.
Oh, fuck yes, he got mad. That was hilarious, though. I am living rent-free in that dude's head. Anybody wants to sublet that space, hit me up at jmtruthshead.com. at gmail.com, whatever the fuck. Hit me up in there. I'll let you come in. We'll throw a party for free. You can stay overnight. JM can't say nothing about it because I'm already there.
Oh yeah, bro. He does not like you now. All right, here we go. Go ahead, and then we'll go step by step through.
I want to give the crowd a little bit of reason why he doesn't like me. Okay, so me and Fight the Flat Earth, we've both been very in his in JM Truth's words, we've been very mean to him, right? Get the fuck out of here, right? You're supposed to be a veteran. You're supposed to be a veteran, right? You don't talk about somebody's being mean to me. No, man, stand up for yourself. You know, quit being a fucking bitch. I'm sorry, I'm worked up about this. I feel good though.
You're good. Let it out. Get it out, man. That's what we'll do. Some therapy here.
He will not come back onto my channel whatsoever because I have literally gone into live streams with him and proven him wrong live in front of people. He won't have that conversation with me because he knows I'm not going to put up with his bullshit. I'm not going to put up with his lies, with his fucking trying to change the subject, using bad science. He's the perennial bad science person. He is my nomination for Dump of the Year.
Oh, he's yours? Damn it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, he's my nomination. Believe me, Rider of Dinosaurs, big shout out to him. He's in the chat right now. Negative Exponents, big shout out to him. He's in the chat right now. We are a three-headed monster that's coming for that trophy in honor of JM Truth, the weirdo idiot.
I'm gonna have to fall back on Quantum Eraser then if you guys are gonna submit him because I want to get Quantum in there too, and I got some good reasons for it. So anyway,
well, Quantum Eraser
you want to talk about
deserve
Quantum?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he deserves it because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he speaks from authority.
Yeah.
And I have a video coming up about Quantum Eraser not understanding the difference between infinitesimal and zero. So that I have that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, did you hear that one from 0 to... He was saying that you can take math. What was he saying? Some dumb argument about 0 to 100 can have infinite decimals in between. Therefore, math doesn't represent reality because you could make a million things in a room. And it was such a dumb argument, dude. Like,
oh my God, I can prove him wrong mathematically. Shit, I wish this was I wish this was a nerd channel. I'd say let's break out the math and do some math real quick, but I'll save that for
maybe later. We could do that later.
I could teach it. I could teach anybody how to add up an infinite number of midpoints to get a single point or a single.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's things that like they don't like something like that. It's kind of hard to explain. Like Quantum Eraser likes to think that mathematical principles can always translate to what we see in reality, which isn't the truth. It isn't always going to be a one-for-one translation. For instance, we have a limit in our universe that's called the Planck length. Okay, we can't measure anything below a Planck length. For us to measure anything below a Planck length means that we would have to put in so much energy into the system to measure it that we would in turn create a black hole that's the size of a Planck length. So while mathematically we could say, well, what's a half Planck, a quarter Planck, an eighth Planck, a 16th Planck, we could continue to do that, but at the same time it means nothing to us in reality to keep doing that. There's no purpose in talking about anything smaller than a Planck's length. So we just, you
gotta think too, okay, you can separate things down, almost forever. We could get down to the atom size of things. I know can't really split things that low, but I don't know why he doesn't think about these things in his head. It's like the arguments they make, if they're going to make wrong arguments 99% of the time that are just so easily elementary, I mean, my God, bro, they eventually they have to wake up to it. Why would he be so dumb? Like, it just bothers me, man.
Well, they're Dunning-Kruger. I mean, they suffer from Dunning-Kruger really bad. They truly believe they're right. That's the thing about JM Truth. That's why I will continue to have that conversation with him and I get under his skin so much. It's so amazing because he knows that I know that he's not right. Just like he started getting frustrated today with Geo, you could hear it. It was like he was looking for it felt like he was looking for anything to take him away from that conversation, whether it was addressing me or getting himself food or talking about his diabetes. First off, he made it seem like I was like clowning him for his diabetes or giving him a hard time because he needed something to help control his blood sugar. No, didn't know he had diabetes. I wasn't even talking about diabetes. I was just talking about the unprofessionalism that comes with eating fucking food on air, JM Truth. God damn.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be a film production major, and you don't know that it's bad etiquette to eat on camera unless you're fucking eating on camera for the camera? Like in the middle of a debate with somebody who's putting their time up for you, JM, you're going to sit there and treat them with such a lack of respect that you're going to eat fucking food. You're going to take fucking phone calls.
Well,
unimportant.
It was the sound. That's what got me. He was pretty loud about it too.
Yeah.
Like if he could do it quietly, no problem. I don't know, dude. I think he does it on purpose though. Okay, anyway, talk about this this specific part, because I think this is gold. He's sitting here literally no reason, and he's just wiping all these images off the table, even though he doesn't get it. He just made the argument that NASA makes these composites. Well, they can't if we can image them from the ground. You know, what do you think about that whole, word salad he spit out?
Well, they're always going to try to find some kind of way of discounting some evidence. Like he said today, it was like Geistview, Geistview. I say Geistview because that's who he is. That's the guy who took these images. Geistview took the images himself. He's even showed us the setup. We've even offered, that's what Fight the Flat Earth was saying, is what if we gave you these photos, the originals of these photos, so that you could put it under any test you want? Because guess what? No matter what you say, no matter what you do, we know the truth. He didn't fake those photos, so test it all you want. Here you go. We'll even give it to you so that you can test it. That's the worst thing that they could ever hope for. They want us to go, oh, well, we don't have the originals. Just like he said. I don't know if you've already covered this, but he was like, the first thing he said was, have you done any of these experiments yourself? And they were like, no. And he goes, okay, well, and then he started talking about how if you zoom in, and I believe he said something really stupid, like 6,000 to 10,000 zoom. But don't quote me on that, because I thought I caught it. You know what I'm saying? And it was live, and I didn't say anything because Geo said it. He goes, hold on, what did you say? And he kept talking. But he was like, yeah, if you just zoom in with like crazy zoom, the bottom of the boats will come back. And then he goes, I've done it myself. And he goes, you've done it yourself? We'll show the evidence. He goes, well, okay. I haven't done it myself, but I've seen hundreds of photos. So you have now discounted Geistview, who is a person in the chat who comes on regularly, who gave this to us. You're discounting him, but accepting any other fucking video or photo that goes for your argument. You'll accept the ones blindly that go for, but discount it. He deserves to be dumb fuck of the year. God damn it, you are dumb fuck. You'll be my dumb fuck of the year for 2020 also, JM. God damn it.
Hell yeah, dude. Now, also, there's another layer to this, because you guys did this video in May. JM proves artist rendition is in fact an artist rendition.
That was beautiful. Yeah. That was beautiful. In fact, what's so beautiful about that fucking about that live stream we did is that JM Truth in the fucking thing, he not only looks like, shows everybody where it says this is an artist rendition, he reads that fucking line, this artist rendition, and then goes on to spend 20 more minutes proving that it's not a photograph from a camera.
It's so good, dude.
He deserves to be dumb fuck of the year 2019. Sorry, I'm using your platform right now for my campaign.
No, dude. No, you're good. I'll help you. I'll help you out. I would love for that. That's what I was doing tonight. It was like I was telling people, it's between him and Quantum Eraser for me. But all right, let's play a little more of it.
You can jump on Team JM for dumb fuck of the year. You can ride with me, Negative Exponents, and Rider of Dinosaurs. We got to put together a massive black hole, massive size presentation so that we can see if we can't knock that stupid idiot fuck Kyle Curtis off the top and replace him with JM Truth, even though that's a monumental task in itself. That'll never happen. Kyle Curtis is going to win Dumb Fuck of the Year. The race for Dumb Fuck of the Year is really the race for second place. JM Truth is my vote.
Wait. Is there a list already for Dumb Fuck of the Year, or is it just
No.
Okay. All right. Let me play a little bit of this, let you react live to it. Then we're going to hit a little bit of this video you did and explain that and what you guys found out, because I think that's why he did this. But hold on, let me cue it. I don't have it queued up. Okay.
Hey, while you get that queued up, I do want to point out GeistView is in your chat right now, and he said message him. Oh yeah, he said message him on Twitter. If you need me to link you up with him, just any kind of Discord links or anything like that, you get it to me, and I'll make sure it gets to him.
Yeah, definitely, and I'll follow you guys. If you give me your @sign, I'll follow you right now. But if not, just tweet me, and I'll follow you later. But no, I'd like to have you on my show, guys, if you want to come on and talk for like a 10-minute segment, because I want to talk to you about these pictures, if that's cool, here in a day or two.
So all the stupid dipshittery that JM Truth has done, he's just now added to it, just blindly calling GeistView's photos fake without even checking. I need a list, goddammit.
We need to do a video. Geist needs to do something like, hey, JM, and take a, I know he has some probably already, but, do some shit. Rub it in his face. Here, let me play what he said here.
Take images from, not actually from what you're actually observing.
Okay, hold on. 5 seconds back. Here it is.
Take images, software with them as well. Out there that have software with them as well. So
God damn, bro. Okay, let's start here.
The images are cool. I will give you that.
Cool. So do you think that they are fake?
No, I know they're fake.
Okay, why? Why is he just off the grid? Is it because he did that before? Team, is it the the one he broke down makes him think that all the others are fake? Is it just ignorance or what?
No, they can't. Okay, so they can't. Anything from space or about space has to be fake. It has to be. Okay, here's a good example. Right? He said that the photos from Dazza the cameraman were altered because they didn't show the boat rising to eye level when it zoomed in. So he said something was wrong with that video because it didn't show this.
Oh, that's how he makes his determination.
Does it match with his reality? If it doesn't, then he automatically just says, nah, it's fucking
What's
fake.
That called? There's like a fallacy, or there's some type of
sharpshooter fallacy.
There you go.
Where you only accept evidence that supports your thing, or you narrow down your data set to only the data that supports your
conclusion.
Your belief, your hypothesis, right?
Okay, so if we were
Sean,
to do
Sean Hufford's in the live chat. I'm sure he'll correct me if I got that one wrong.
If a Geist was about to do a live stream about making one, would you watch that? And would you then accept it as evidence?
This is so dumb.
Yeah, well, as evidence, no. Would I watch it? Sure, absolutely. Again, I don't.
This exposes him, dude. This really does. Like, if we do an edited video that lays out, because you got to explain it to him. The guy won't get it. If you just play it back, he'll be like, duh, what are you talking about? But if we do an edited video and we're like, JM Truth, this exposes why your data and all of your teachings are false because of this concept. We need to do that, man.
Yeah,
it'll help out.
I try to avoid making absolute predictions.
Bullshit. You make absolute predictions all the
without
time.
Actually being present or having my hand in.
I can't believe he said this now, but he dismissed he tried to get you guys to accept all the boat pictures earlier, or boat videos that at first, like you said, that he wasn't there for them, or he took them, and then it was, no, I didn't take them, but I accept them. So
yeah, because GeoStreber called him out the moment that he said that. GeoStreber was like, oh, okay, we'll present some of them, and then he was like, well,
I didn't do it.
I didn't take them, but I've seen hundreds of them online. Yeah, they're all over online. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
The experiment or observation at some level. So the only thing I can do is take an image, put it in my.
Did you say something, or was that the video?
Oh, that must have been the video.
Put it in my software, tear it apart, and see if it's real or not.
I wish he would have done it. You know how you guys challenged him to do it there? Pull your software up now. I wish he would have accepted that challenge, because I would just pick him apart in Photoshop as he went through it. Like, he does. I guarantee he doesn't know how to use Photoshop.
Oh, well, yeah. And GeoStreber pointed out how he was like, the very first thing he pointed out was that he was using a Photoshopped image and calling it proof. He literally, on his website, then he just said, oh, well, I was just putting that picture up there, and then Geo was like, no, look at point number 2. The pictures like the one below, the orange one below, show how light reflects off of a flat surface. That wouldn't be possible on a curvy surface. That's what's on his fucking website. He completely intentionally did that. But I don't think he was the one that edited the photo. In fact, I have the original photo. Someone sent it to me on Discord. And you can throw that photo in photo forensics, and you can see how a lot of the bottom half of the photo is all fucking one compression, and the top half of the photo is all another compression.
Oh, the orange moon? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can tell just by looking at it that it's been edited out. Yeah. He has no skills in Photoshop, bro. That's the whole thing. This guy is a complete, like, Dunning-Kruger times 1,000. Like, him and Quantum Eraser, but him especially, because everything he's an expert on, until you question him, you find out it's just all pseudo-science. It's all bullshit.
So if somebody actually invited you to join not only a live stream, but actually going to the location and taking the pictures yourself, would you accept that?
Would I do it? Would I accept it? Again, I'd have to do the research.
Okay, hold on. I want to get to the telescope thing. Here it comes.
That have software with them as well. So
he says there are telescopes that have software with them as well, and then he elaborates, and it's really stupid.
I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying there are telescopes that exist that have software take images from, or not actually from what you're actually observing.
So he's trying to tell us that there are fake telescopes made by the government or something. I mean, that's what he's saying.
No. Well, there's a little bit of truth to that, but it's not completely true. There are telescopes that have like GPS built in and Wi-Fi built in, and just like there's cameras that have that now. You know, it's nothing special. It's not designed to alter the image. It's designed to give you good metadata about where, like, the angle of inclination you're on, you know, what quadrant in the sky you're pointing at, things like that. There are reasons for that. It'll help like aid the observer by using those digital pieces of equipment, but it's not changing the fucking picture that you're looking at. In fact, I didn't even think about it, but I heard Geo say it today. I believe I heard Geo say it. That if you wanted to test that theory out, you could just simply put your hand in front of it.
Yeah.
So if it was being fed by the computer and totally driven by the inside and not optically driven, then you putting your hand in front of it wouldn't make a fucking difference on the screen. It would just still show the image. So, and I want to do two things. Number one, I thought I saw Sean Hufford in the chat. It wasn't Sean Hufford. I think I saw it. Maybe I saw it on your screen when you were playing the video, like on the video screen. So, and Sean Hawkins, who's also a great astronomer out there, he thought everybody thought I was talking about him. I was actually talking about Sean Hufford. I think I saw it on the thing, but I thought he was in the chat. But big shout out to Sean Hawkins. He does some good picture work as well, and he knows his shit when it comes to photography.
Yeah, Hawkins. Oh yeah. I'm subbed to Hawkins for sure, man. I was trying to get him on like a month ago. I need to try to get him on here again to talk sometime. Guys sent us some images too, so we'll take a look at them here in a bit.
But you realize that you could test it by just, for example, holding your hand in front of the lens and everything.
There it is, right there.
There it is, yeah.
Yep.
You can just check whether the live stream that you're getting out on the laptop would be identical or would be caused directly by the telescope.
Yeah, do you realize that the image that Craig just played, or whoever it was that played, with the water that's floating up, that's actually CGI. That's actually a computer video.
Again,
rendered in real time.
Citation needed.
Huh?
They did
citation
that,
needed.
They did that live again. You
know. Okay, but Craig, live, they have software and equipment where they have balls that they're playing with that aren't even in real space, but you
balls that aren't in real space that are edited in. Like, I don't know what he's saying.
Oh, he's talking about. Okay, well, I don't know what he's talking about, but I think what he's talking about is this. There was one time they had these, like, an astronaut in front of a blue and white screen, and I think like they were on the space station, I think, and they took that as if that blue and white gridded screen, blue and white gridded screen, as if that blue and white gridded screen was the equivalent of a green screen.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a testing screen. It was so you could do tests in 3D and know, like, you can compare how far something is moved in front of the screen way through grids.
Right. It's basically a frame of reference for you to compare something to. So, but yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. That's the only thing I could think about. But unless he's talking about maybe if they were doing something with, I've seen them do stuff with baseballs and footballs and stuff like that on the ISS, just showing how they can toss it to each other and it's basically weightless as it goes. So,
oh yeah,
see them on the image. That's called.
It's all famous flat Earth tropes. That's what you're hearing from him, literally over and over and over. Trending flat Earth tropes coming out of his mouth.
CGI or. Was a 3D.
And I want to thank GeistView because he sent us some amazing pictures that he's taken with his telescope. We're going to actually look at them here in a little bit. Just to give you a quick preview, here's one. That is badass.
So,
holy shit.
A lot of the reason I get so, like, upset with these people, right? If you look at the debunkers, it doesn't really bother me. But if you look at the debunkers, most of them are pretty laid back. Okay, there's a couple of us out there that are pretty in your face, but I do it because these pieces of shit will just call fucking people like GeistView a fucking liar immediately. Just, hey, GeistView's a liar, just because. No evidence, just because. And GeistView does things that I can't, or that I just don't have the, I don't have the technical knowledge. I don't have the educational knowledge. I'm not even a hobbyist of astronomy enough to be into it like that. I don't have the equipment. They do. They've dedicated. This is what they love to do. They're just doing it for us. He's giving us photos to show that we can't take personally. So when fucking JM Truth just calls him a fucking liar and says, oh, this and that, and I'm like, nah, fuck you. My bad, bro. I ain't trying to, bro. You know what? I forgot I forgot this is a family channel. I need to remember that.
Well, it's not that. It's just that YouTube's been shitting on us for cursing now, and they rate us. It sucks. Look at this. This is in the sky, man. Just thinking about that is amazing. But, I mean, imagine being a science denier, space denier, and not thinking that this is in the sky, even though you can point a telescope at it. It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Well, the problem is that the average person can't take that photo.
Yeah.
I mean, they can if they had, like I said, if they had the knowledge and the time, and the money. Exactly. So the average person could do that, but the average person is not going to be exposed to something like that in their life. They're going to need somebody like GeistView or someone like NASA or someone else to provide things like that for them to see, because those things fucking exist. And if you don't think you don't think they do, you can either be a JM Truth fucking idiot and just go, nope, he lied, or you can go out there and invest some time and turn your eyes to the sky and see what everybody else is seeing. And then you could come here and say, hey, flat earthers, guess what? I had to change the way I believe because these things are real, and watch how the flat earthers call you a fucking liar.
Yeah, and that's another thing here. Hold on. Cajun just said, if Geist ever sells prints, I know I'd buy multiple. Geist, you hear that? It wouldn't be hard to get some prints made, dude, and you could pay for that telescope, man. I'll help you out. I'll let people know where to go to do it. Geist is on Twitter, y'all. I just retweeted 3 of his images. If you want to contact, I don't know if he'll sell any, but if you want to contact him and just ask him about it, you're more than welcome to follow him on my Twitter, at UNIRocktv. Yeah, man, definitely. Now that flat earthers are faced with affordable telescopes that we can now point towards the sky, people like Geist and any of us that want to take the time to do it, we are going to have to put out an open challenge to Jaronism and all these other flat earthers and tell them, get out there and you take a picture of this, Jaron. You want to run your mouth. Jaron's been running his mouth for years on YouTube that space is fake and astronauts are liars. Well, let's see you image this and explain it away. Look at it through a telescope and explain it away.
I wish that people like him would address me. I don't know why they don't. He did one time.
Dude. They already know.
One time. They won't even have a conversation with me. It's because
avoid me too.
I'm right. They hate the fact that I'm right.
I finally got to Oakley. Has Oakley ever talked about you?
No. Well, I don't know if he's ever talked about me. I'm sure he has. He knows who I am because he keeps putting my fucking name in his in his live stream.
Oh yeah, and his tags. Yeah.
Yeah, so
he finally started responding to me a little bit. He calls me UNIRocktv now, which is, at least he knows he has something to say, I guess.
Daniel Pratt likes you too.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing. Hey, they all use the same insults, unicock and unicuck. They're not clever. They're just not clever. They can try harder. All right, here we go. Let's play a little tiny. Well, I want to play a tiny bit more of this, and then I want you to go through this one with us. And then Negative has a really awesome timestamp he said that you had. Negative, if you want to type it, I know I missed it a minute ago. I'll be looking at the chat if you want to tell me what, a little bit about it, and we'll find it. Negative will tell us. So, wrong one. Here we go.
I'd have to go look it up. You know what I'm talking about. They do it in movies all the time, too. They do it in Avatar. So, I've actually got...
What is he talking about? They do it in Avatar. Dude, he took this live. He took this himself, a picture of Avatar. It's so dumb.
Avatar's not live rendered. Do you actually understand that the amount of compute power...
Yeah, Geo, you're wrong. Stop. They can do it in real time.
Team Skeptic, dude, hold up. Newest freaking Oakley video right here. Look at the tags.
Oh, hold
on.
There you are.
See. There you are right there, bro.
I told you, man. Hey.
Sly Sparkane, Team Skeptic.
They love me. They love me. Look at all those badasses right there. Wolfie
Red's
6020,
Rhetoric,
Red's Rhetoric, me, Sly. Hey, that's fucking... That's being put in in this big group of select badasses. I truly appreciate it. I can now sleep well tonight knowing that I am one of the greats. I am on the...
He's
I have my face.
Man. He's trying to clickbait you.
I'm not worried about him. He's horrible. Okay. Wait, who's that? Was that? Okay, that's Oakley, right? Okay.
Yeah, 14 hours ago, bro. He took it out when you said it, and then he put it back in once he thought you weren't looking.
Yeah, right?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, but not in that quality.
Yes, they can.
I love being live.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude.
Do you understand how long it takes for one of those companies to render a single frame of a 3D animated film, for example?
Yeah.
Just ask Pixar or...
Oh, shit, you were talking in the... I keep thinking you're talking here, but...
Oh, yeah.
Are
Lucas Arts or whoever.
Are you a filmmaker?
No.
Yes
or no? I love this.
JM,
I was about to go, you're not...
No, I don't know if you've seen my recent videos where I have a hologram come out of my hand. One of those holograms takes about 20 to 25 minutes to render, about 3 or 4 minutes.
It sucks rendering those, dude. I used to use those in my old videos.
Worth of
right, because you don't have the software, the government does. I get it.
Oh my god, dude. He's literally arguing that they have some type of live software that can composite this in real time. It's ridiculous.
Again,
I mean, Adobe After Effects is industry standard.
Hold on. The government makes $56 million.
Oh, this is a dumb argument, right?
Dollars a day. You don't think they have?
Basically, okay. I know I just said this, but he literally every argument. He's just watched a lot of flat Earth videos. His arguments are based from YouTube. Every one of them.
No, to buy software to do that shit now.
They're making $56 million a day on. NASA, while they're taking how many trillions of dollars per year on military equipment?
This is one of the most recent pictures.
Okay. You think that's good for the picture part, man? Because I was only playing the picture part here for this. You want to add anything else? Or?
No, JM Truth just, he's going to deny it. Like I said, when you come to the table and you say the Earth is flat, right? There's no way that it's not anything but flat. So any evidence that's against that is made up. That's how they look at it. Any evidence that's against that has to be made up because there's no possible way that the Earth is not flat. So when you have that type of limited intellectual give, you know, when you limit yourself to being able to walk off of what you believe, off of that line of what you believe, then it kind of limits your ability to accept things that are real, and just deny them. It's just saying they're not real. You know, they can't be real because it violates the way I think about the flat Earth.
Yeah, dude. It shows that JM, any flat earther that wants to watch him, basically you're just going there for repeated arguments. That's all you're doing. He's just a YouTube expert. That's all he is. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you guys back in May proved that he tried to prove that an artist renditioning is an artist rendition. I should have said rendition. Okay. Anyway, so where should I play here? I picked like right around here, but I wanted to get a little spot of this in. Do you remember this one, or do you got any good spots of it?
You know, I don't know exactly where that was said. You could play pretty much any of it. That was just me and FTE going off live on him. I would say go to like right there, where it's actually showing the picture.
Yeah, he's in Photoshop right here.
Yeah, I would think it's funny. He starts playing with hue and saturation, and it's so cute. JM, sometimes you can be so cute, man.
That's like what I did the first time I opened Photoshop.
Yeah, that's me too.
You know?
I'm telling you, he's delusional. He is self-delusional right now.
Yeah.
He is so into himself and the fact that he's on YouTube. He probably tells people he's a YouTuber. He's probably jobless. So that probably makes sense when people go, what do you do for a living? And instead of saying, oh, I collect welfare checks and, put oil in my hair with my welfare checks. Instead of saying that, he probably says, oh, I'm a YouTuber and I use the money to.
This is why he doesn't like you, but it's
Man,
awesome.
he fucking hates me, bro. I love it. Look, you could pause it right there. I want to continue listening to this because I love listening to my insults about him.
Great.
But dude, that was so amazing. Like he sits around and tells people, what do you do for a living? Nothing. I sit around and collect welfare checks.
And put oil in my hair with it or some shit. That's
and
good
then I
shit.
oil up my braids with my welfare checks.
I almost spit my tea.
Fuck,
I'm going to spit my tea on that one. All right, here, we got to hear some more of this.
Put oil in my hair.
Well, according to his
showering.
According to his LinkedIn profile, he's a landscape gardener. So
interesting.
I'm sure. I don't doubt it. I mean, fuck. What else has he? What has he not done? He's probably a security officer for Steven Seagal as well.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I bet he's like Steven Seagal's stunt double or something.
Exactly.
$2 from Christopher B. JM Doofus makes me laugh every time. Yeah.
So from the beginning, they said it was a CGI photo. God damn.
So he really did take a CGI.
Rewind it from there about maybe 3 minutes.
All right. Let me see. 27, 23. That'd be 23, 24. All right. It's just, it's crazy. Like, he reads off that it's a composite, but then puts it into Photoshop to debunk it. What? Okay, let me see, because it's unbelievable.
He doesn't have enough mental fucking capacity to read that this is a artist rendition and then look up and go, oh, guys, guess what? My bad. This is actually an artist rendition. This is not really a photograph taken by a spaceship and transmitted back to the, planet Earth. This is actually just somebody on Earth drawing up what they think it looks like.
Davros says, JM douche, DFOTY. I agree,
Oh,
bro.
you know it.
I agree.
You know it.
This programs.
Yeah.
That I would assume that like a forensic, someone who's actually doing photo forensics on something, they would probably use an actual photo analysis program, not Photoshop. No,
because Photoshop is an editor. It's not designed to be an analysis tool. So this expert here using Photoshop just amuses me.
Dealing with, and
that's his music.
Yeah,
that looks so real.
First thing I've
look at him.
Their graphic design department really sucks because
the first thing I notice is the graphic design department really sucks. It's a pretty.
Sean Hawkins says, go to the beginning where he shows his webpage and check out his formula for curvature. Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 inches times miles squared, I think is what he puts down for the actual curvature of the Earth.
Times. Wait a minute.
Pretty cool image.
That's not the correct equation anyway. That's for drop, right? That's when you're looking at it in geometry, when you draw it out, the line that goes out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a generalization. It's a generalization, but if you draw that out on a graph, it doesn't form a sphere. Yeah, it doesn't form a sphere. So.
All right. Let's hear this.
It's not real, and no one ever said that it's right, that it was real. But it looks pretty cool. And the irony.
What is the picture of? It's Saturn, right?
That I don't know. I think it is Saturn and the rings on Saturn. I think that might have been.
Composite.
No, well, it's not a composite. It's an artist rendition.
Oh yeah,
it's literally somebody's painting. Somebody went into a digital thing and just made that. It probably from data that they've collected. You know, they probably have a general idea of what it looks like, and someone just took that general idea and conceptualized it. That's it.
Because it would literally be pulled towards the surface by now. I mean, it would be like, hell, there'd be so much gravity pulling down on this thing by now. It would rip it into shreds probably. I mean, it might be able to survive it. Yeah, it's in between the rings, really close to the surface, it seems.
Oh, well, yeah, those rings are far away, though.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Of him saying, oh, their graphic design department sucks when... I mean, even look at his logo in the bottom right. It just looks so basic and crap, you know?
I'm telling you, he's delusional. He is self-delusional right now.
Yeah.
He is so into himself.
Okay, that's where we started hearing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he shows his webpage in the beginning. All right, let me see where I can find it here. Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. Area 51 Productions? Is that his old channel or something, or?
That I don't know.
Dude, I hate saying this, and I don't mean this in a bad way, guys. But is JM really slow? I mean, is he just like really slow and trying to prove himself?
If he is,
equal?
listen, if he is, he cannot be Dumbfuck of the Year.
Yeah.
That disqualifies him. No, it's a disqualifier. We won't ever give a person who's actually has
mentally
a
disabled,
mentally disabled person. We're never going to give them a Dumbfuck of the Year. That'd be really shitty of any one of us to do. I wouldn't be a part of something like that. But I don't think that he is. I don't think that he is mentally deficient. You know what I'm saying? I think he's really just that stupid. I say it, but I really think he's just that stupid.
If you compare him to Quantum Eraser is really slow, but he's not mentally handicapped or anything. He's just stupid as hell. But with JM, Quantum Eraser is like a 2% chance, but with JM, it's a 10% in my head. Like it may be, but probably not type deal, you know?
Yeah. Now go ahead and go pull up the the formula.
Okay. Let me see. So it's not in the beginning here. So it has
wait. Oh, well, I'm not
on
sure.
His webpage?
I think that's on his webpage, yeah. Ask Sean Hawkins if it's on his webpage. Let's see. Oh, I just looked in the chat. He says it's per mile, not times mile, yeah.
amtruth.com?
But even that...
Oh my God, it worked. It worked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, jmtruth.com, that's what it is.
Yep. Okay. Can't shrink it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go full screen, guys. Hold up. Oh yeah, I got it ready. All right, here we go. Okay, well.
What page is it on, Sean?
It has to be on research topics. It just has to. What is conspiracy? Flat Earth facts. Facts? Flat facts. That's an oxymoron.
Maybe,
right there,
yeah. Go to that one. Let's look how stupid that is.
Okay, I'm down. Science 100 series, Physics 101. Come on, bro.
Oh, wait, I'm covering Physics 103. In fact, I have decided to stop working on the video I'm working on and push my JM Truth video to the front. So that's my next one that's coming out, is his gas pressure one. Oh my God, I'm gonna have so much fucking fun with that.
Oh, is he arguing the whole quantum eraser container argument? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't understand the difference between gas pressure and atmospheric pressure. We're gonna have a science lesson.
I figured something out about these guys. So when it comes to the Oakley group, they deny gravity, but they've all accepted it as debunked. Somewhere they think they've debunked gravity, so then that's why they make the argument about the container. With JM Truth, I don't know. I haven't seen his stuff, but okay. So says Team Skeptic. He is slow and he has this Dunning-Kruger going on, but he actually believes that he knows his stuff. Self-delusional should disqualify him.
Well, I don't know. Well, if I'm being honest, if I'm not trying to just make fun of him, if I'm being honest, I just think he's that dumb. I just think he's that dumb and he's that narcissistic. So you have those two things and they work against you, because when you're dumb and you're narcissistic, you don't know that you're dumb because you're narcissistic. So it kind of like limits you from accepting other people's opinions that are different than yours because you're not dumb, they are.
Oh my God, he put the definition of cognitive dissonance on the front of his website.
Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance, mental discomfort experienced by people who simultaneously hold two or more contradicting beliefs like the earth is a globe and the earth is flat. Hey, that's it. I added a little bit to it, but
okay, go ahead and go down.
There it is.
Yeah, it's 8 inches per mile squared.
So that would be divided by, right? Or what? What goes here instead of times? Or is he?
Well,
I'm confused.
per, so it's a ratio, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so it should be divided. But when you calculate it out, you would say how many miles do you have? Square that and then multiply that by 8.
Yeah. Well, so I mean,
it's still the wrong formula.
True. I mean, he's writing it differently, but
yeah, it's well, maybe we could go into a math lesson.
Well, he's showing it. He's showing it here. I need a math lesson, bro. It's been too long. I'm telling you. I haven't taken a math class since before the military. That's how long it's been. Okay. I took all the way up to pre-cal in high school, and then I took calculus in college, and that was it. Okay. So spherical trigonometry of a sphere with 3959. Okay, so this is drop. This is actually drop. So he's got that right.
Now see, okay, now look. Okay, so there is the Excel formula right there to calculate the with the size. So he's got the right formula on there. They just won't. They refuse to use it. They continue to use the 8 inches per mile squared.
But see, he's in his head. He's not understanding that when you would look at curvature on the Earth, you would look at it from like a point over here to like a point over here. The equation that he's using literally calculates the drop, as in like from where you're standing, how much, if you drew a line out here, how much drop would you get going straight out? And that's where flat earthers get super confused and think that there's like 2 miles of drop or some shit, or like 2,000 feet of drop instead of what should be there.
And that's the formula for if your viewing eye level was on the surface of the Earth, and the surface of the Earth was a perfect sphere, which it's also not.
True.
So you're going to get minor deviations everywhere, just depending on where you're at, but you're always going to see some kind of curve, especially over water.
They need to take the Earth out of this, because this is more of like calculating drop from a geometry or from a circle perspective, instead of applying it to our reality, where the calculation or the equation for that kind of curvature is actually very complex. Somebody just did a video on it.
I love the chat right now. They're fucking giving him so much shit about his website. Negative Exponent says this looks like some shit he had made 20 years ago. That it was made with the free web app hosting site that they used to host the website.
They're right. Though. This is some late 90s shit right here. Yeah. John Hawkins says JM is sloppy and lazy. Yeah, he is a little bit.
His page is too busy. There is no flow. It's all HTML5. It's built like a page in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it is.
God damn, these guys fucking... that's why I love those guys.
It doesn't size correctly. It pisses me off.
Right.
Look. I can't see that. Like, if I want to shrink it so I can look at this normally, it just takes the edge off. It completely takes the edge off. It doesn't size with it.
Yeah,
he's got NASA memorandums over here. General equations of motion for a damaged asymmetric aircraft, page 2. What the fuck is this?
Hey, hold on. Somebody, I believe, and Negative Exponents and Writers of Dinosaurs will know for sure, but I believe that his first degree is in graphic design. I really do. I'll wait for them to answer that. They'll answer it in the chat in a second. But I truly think that his first degree is in graphic design. I told him in an email that him and I exchanged. He said something in the email about, he said that he's getting ready to do this huge project, producing a film. And I responded back to them, have they seen your work yet? And I was like, hey, what's the name of that company? Let me see if I can get a job. because my fucking graphics design, my artwork's better, my film work is better, and I have no formal training whatsoever. I have a YouTube degree.
Yeah, me too.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a YouTube goddamn degree. That's it. And I'm smashing on him. I'll fucking go work for this company and they'll get a better product. Bottom line.
I'm only trained in, I only have a couple certificates in networking, and those are from the early 2000s. So I don't have shit for, you know, I learned how to do Photoshop and maybe some web design in the late 90s, but that was about it, really. Everything else I taught myself.
Two people I want to point out. One, Hannah Anderson says it is in graphic design. So, yeah, that's what a graphics design degree gets you from wherever you fucking school at. And then Thomas Miller, who's one of my favorite people, says, I think I can end my campaign for JM as Dumb Fuck of the Year because he wrapped that up tonight. Yeah, now all we got to do, Thomas, is get him above Kyle Curtis, which is, you know, a lot of people would say that's an impossible mountain to climb, but I know some pretty goddamn badass Sherpas, so I'm willing to make that journey.
When are we all going to meet up and talk about all this? I mean, is Red do it? Who's in charge? Red? Didn't he start it?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's Red's Rhetoric's competition. He's the main person in it. We all get to submit people. Last year I was kind of new on the scene still, so I didn't really get to participate. But this year, I'm nominating this year. JM Truth is fucking Dumb Fuck of the Year. He will win. Anthony Riley's a dumbass. Anthony Riley's a dumbass. His house probably has a bunch of dead chickens around it. Dead roosters, I'm sorry, with his rooster thought experiment. He probably tested his thought experiment out on 50 roosters before he realized that roosters were fucking more expensive than a jobless person can afford. So we're gonna. I would love to back him because I know how important it is for Sean Hufford for Anthony Riley to win, but I can't do it, guys. I really really want to see JM Truth Dumb Fuck of the Year. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face.
Well, I'm with you, man. I'm gonna make a really nice advertisement and tag Red in it. This thing here, I hate this, dude. NASA astronaut Don Petit, we can't go back to the moon. They exploit that so much, dude. Like, that is such a misquote. He's saying that, hey, the Saturn V has been put into a museum, or the parts of it have that can fit, and the others are recycled, you know? So, no, it's not really about that, Uni. It's really about the electronics that we send up there. Well, that too, yeah. No, that's the main part. But I want to bring up an analogy that I bring up to anybody that says this stupid shit, right? Some of us are old enough to remember leaded cars. Okay, they used to have leaded gasoline. Leaded cars, leaded gasoline. So let's say you held on to your leaded car, right? And you it's, 30, 40 years later that we're not driving those cars anymore. And then you need a fuel pump for it. How are you going to get a fuel pump? How are you going to find a fuel pump? Let's say you can't find one at any junkyard. Who are you going to order a fuel pump for? A leaded gasoline fuel pump? Nobody's going to sell that shit to you. Yeah, you're going to have to build it. You're going to do something. You're going to have to either find one that's old or fabricate something that's old. But see, we've moved past leaded cars. We don't need leaded gasoline. We don't need cars we don't even need those parts anymore. We've just moved beyond them. There's reasons why we don't have the same parts, but there's also reasons why we can't use the same parts. And it has nothing to do with the astronauts whatsoever. It has everything to do with the sensitivity of the equipment that we send up. I mean, could you imagine if you had a random firing of a very important system like something like the jet? It just started firing the rockets for no reason and wasting fuel. Everything on there is planned out in advance. Wasting any kind of fuel, wasting any kind of oxygen would put you in that position. And with the cosmic radiation that's coming in there, with our electronics, it can make weird fucking things happen to them. Well, they're so especially small, man. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. The electricity. When you start putting those wires so close together, it's not that electrons will jump between the wires. It's that cosmic rays will make the electrons move on the wire. You know, there's just like a solar storm will turn a telegraph wire and cause a fire at the telegraph station. It pushes electrons. They complain about the Van Allen belt, but that's what the damn thing does for our planet. It deflects that shit. So what's going to happen when you leave the Van Allen belt? You're going to be exposed to all of that. So yeah, it's the same flat earthers complain about how a solar storm is going to knock out our electricity and we have to have electricity protection and, hey, be prepared and shit. But those flat earthers believe that the Van Allen belt, you know, the same, their conspiracies are in contradiction is my point, but...
Yeah, and
anyway.
Guy's View says it's called a bit flip, and that's basically what it does. It just you read a signal. In today's electronics, you read for a signal that's there, you know, and it's a very, very tiny signal. So it doesn't take a lot to tell something that you're receiving a go fire signal when you're not really receiving a go fire signal. Yeah. So there's reasons why we can't go back right this second, but we're also developing technology to get us past that.
And, you know, the old technology, if you think about it, we had to flip a switch. Remember, like, super old TVs, you couldn't even use a remote control to turn them on and off because you had to physically flip the switch so that it would make the connection and shit. And now our shit's so small that you can send a signal to turn your computer on or turn your car on. Like, I can turn my dad's truck turns on from the key. You get me? That kind of shit doesn't work in space. It's just too complicated. It couldn't be fixed if it would mess up, you know. Anyway, they need to watch a Saturn V documentary because every bit of the Saturn V has been documented, being put together. And they are... I'd play it right now. If I could... Okay, I need to know this. I think I could take a flat earther to DLive because I can play any video there, and I could turn them into a glober after a few weeks of playing stuff for him and walking him through things. You think you could do that too?
No, not at all. And I've had experience with those dipshits. That's a futile task right there. That's when you're so bored with life that you just want to try something that will never, ever fucking happen. And you just say, okay, I'm going to convince a flat earther that the Earth's not flat. Now, I'm not going to say there's no flat earthers out there that won't be convinced because I think there's actually flat earthers out there that realize it and are looking for that opportunity to graciously walk away, like so-and-so just provided so much incontrovertible evidence that I must assume that the Earth is now a globe. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of people like that, but you'll always have those people like JM Truth who are not interested in the truth whatsoever, especially when it's in their name. If I was, listen, you'd be able to say Team Skeptic's bullshitting if my name was fucking either Team Truth or Truth Skeptic.
Truth Skeptic. Oh, God, that's good.
If I named myself either one of those two things, you would call me out on everything I fucking said because nobody who's looking for the truth, nobody who knows the truth calls themselves the truth anything.
Yeah. Oh, no, they need it. That's why it's there. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. My name's JM Truth. I wouldn't lie to you. I want to play this clip, dude. I got to play a little bit of this clip. It's not long.
Over the years, I made several videos regarding...
Okay, I want to get this dude talking. Hold on. I don't care what freaking flat earther has to say. I want to hear the astronaut. Here it is.
So, not going into detail. I'll point out something
in a nanosecond.
What he says, people need to read between the lines.
People need to read between the lines.
Listen.
Right. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be one of the next series of steps that humans do. The first step...
Wait. So they cherry picked this guy a lot. Let me turn off my music. Because he just said it would be a painful process to rebuild it.
Yeah.
He just said that.
It's not that we can't. It's not, okay.
It's in the clip.
It's not that we
can't. They cherry picked it.
But even if we did rebuild that technology, it still wouldn't protect our electronics enough. That's why we don't go back. That's why we're moving forward from that technology.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude. Could you imagine the next Saturn V? I can't wait, man, because that'll be a crowning achievement if we do go to Mars. And I hope we go back to the moon, and I hope we go to Mars, because man, the Saturn V it's something you could brag about. It's that good. It's insane to see how it worked and every part of it. They almost died several times launching that thing. I can't wait to see the next one.
Can you go back about 10 seconds, though, just in case JM Truth... I would love for JM Truth... No, you went back too far. Where you were at just a second ago.
Okay, hold up. I'll go back. I just went hit twice.
Right, there you go. Right there.
All right.
I would love for JM Truth to break this picture down and tell me whether it's real or not.
Yeah, I know, right? Is this real, JM?
God, if that would happen, that would be
I wish there was a little alien right here.
Fucking glorious for him to go, look at this picture. How are they getting away with saying this stuff when it's so clearly a picture?
Yeah, dude. And it's on his website too, so that would make it even better, bro. Like okay, here he has this. NASA erased the moon landing. What do you got to say about that? Because I have a piece for that. What do you want to say? Telemetry.
Okay, so if okay, so I don't know that story well enough to be absolute on what happened. Of course, I wasn't there. I've only seen it from other things, but we were talking about a time when there was no real digital storage. Everything was hard stored. You know, if you picked something up and you accidentally erased over it or copied over it, there is no getting that back ever. There's no second copy. Nobody's made a digital copy to store on a hard drive or in the cloud. No, it's fucking, you fuck up and you reuse it, there is no going back. You just say, oops, we fucked up and we reused it. If you lost it, you lost it. We have people in our community that are actually buying NASA rolls of audio tape and digital telemetry. They're buying that stuff on eBay because people are finding out that they're holding on to it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I've heard we have the telemetry data. I've heard that we do have it. I don't know. This has to be fact checked, but I've heard that we have it. We just don't have the original tapes. And, maybe that's true. Again, maybe it's not.
I'll refer to Guy's view because being the hobbyist astronomer that he is, he's probably a little bit more knowledged in this. And he says that it was reel to reel and they were written over. Again, you don't know at the time. You may not have known that you were doing that, or you may not have considered that important. You know, it may have been more important to use it for the newest mission than it was to store it for the oldest mission. You know, we don't know what the situation was at the time. So,
and true. Also, they lost funding. They put so much money into the moon mission that after the moon mission, they had to cut so much. They cut so much funding. They had to cut everything. So they probably had to just record the next mission, find some tapes, and record over them. You know. I think it's a loss. It's a horrible loss, but it's also there are human beings doing this. It's not machines, and the technology wasn't advanced back then. So
there was no fucking Photoshop.
This is straight propaganda. This is a shitty 1996 freaking Adobe Dreamweaver propaganda webpage. That's what this is here.
Mm.
We got admits we can't go to the moon. Astronauts gone wild. That's where fucking Aldrin punches him.
I love that clip.
I love it. I'll play it over and over again.
I wish I could go find the guy. Well, I won't say nothing.
I know. I know what you're gonna say because I would say the same thing. But yeah, let's take a quick look at it. We'll just mute it and talk about this for just a second. This guy pisses me off because Jim Panda, I believe, it might have either been Jim Panda or someone else, went and got all the original.
Or Brett Cybrell or Cybell or something like that.
Dude, right? Oh, he just
boom! Oh my God, you gotta love watching an astronaut clock somebody who's telling him he didn't go to the moon. Oh really? Almost died for that shit, you piece of shit.
And the dude he's hitting, look at the dude he's hitting. Like this is an astronaut, right? Like this dude could probably still do like some Evel Knievel stunt and get out and not even be sore the next day. This dude tried to do the same stunt. He's gonna be in the hospital for 3 months. You got me? Yeah. This dude's built like a freaking shit brick house, brick shit house. I always get that backwards. Anyway, so the documentary, this is one of those things that converts so many people to space deniers. This documentary, it turns out it was all edited. They just took huge chunks of it and cut them out, or they rearranged the footage and then made their argument. So this dude knew, because he made those videos, he knew he was lying when he asked Buzz Aldrin this. He just did it for money and clicks and, to sell. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't funded by a country that doesn't like the United States, but that's just me. I'm a little conspiratorial.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so bad when I watched Jim Panda. Let me find it, dude. I'm going to see if it was Jim Panda. It's such a good video. Yeah, Jim Panda 2012. You got to watch Debunk. There it is. The box set. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon debunked. It is these videos are so good. If you've got a space denier in your family, you go to Jim Panda 2012, you just type in Jim Panda and make them watch this. They'll start questioning their questioning of the moon landing. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, Rodent makes this point. Rodent says, a little behind, but loss of the telemetry data isn't all that important. Do you really care what the temperature on maneuvering thruster number 5 between 11:45 at noon on day 4 of the mission? And that's a good point. A lot of that data is inconsequential, but then again, you know, it is historical, and it's historically important, and there's still, it would be a way for us to take that telemetry data, model it inside of like a physics program, and show people that, yes, we went to the moon. Yes, it's possible. Look at this like supercomputer, model it out. It would be nice. You know? But I get your point too, Rodent, 100%. Okay, let's keep going with the clips we have, because I got a bunch more, and we're rounding out the 2-hour mark here soon. So let's keep this moving. What we got next? We've got Setting the Record Straight. Part 1 masterclass. Now I got this pulled up because of a quote that he says inside this. I don't know where it's at. We'll just skip through it real quick.
Pleased to be getting to address you. You are an incredible, incredible storyteller. You're just a real shitty liar. I'm not sure whether it's NASA didn't teach you very well, or, you know. Okay,
I don't know. We'll go to the next video. I don't know what he's saying here, but then he makes his boldest claim yet. He tells us his scientific. Oh shit, I forgot. Let me zoom in here. He tells us his scientific training. He tells us his qualifications. Now this is from Negative Exponents. So go subscribe to Negative Exponents, because he's got a bunch of these videos put up. You need to watch them all. They're really good. You'll laugh your ass off. This is pure comedy in motion.
My life's journey, at a glance, starts with being presented what I was told was a learning disability called dyslexia.
All right, so we're going to skip through his dyslexia, because what gets really funny is this. You're going to like this. Have you seen this one, Team Skeptic? Him talking to this guy?
No, I haven't seen that one, actually.
Take a listen.
Oh, I've seen him talking to this guy before. Yeah, you could play this. Okay. This is funny.
Yeah, they put in some applause, and JM Truth tries to put on this is JM Truth trying to be Joe Rogan. He's trying to do a stand-up comedy routine. Take a listen.
All right, so can you hold it for the vaccines?
Got it.
All right. So, all right. So she says, yeah, and as I said, I'm no expert on astronomy, but I have asked an astrophysics PhD friend to help. His cousin is an astronaut and has circled the Earth many times. I know. Hold on, guys.
He's trying to pretend like he has an audience. He's trying to pretend like he has an audience. Obviously, those were added in effects. Kind of cringy. I do it as a joke. This guy's trying to be serious.
I thought they were real people.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
I'm kidding.
I hope you're kidding, because yeah.
So on the blatant lies you were fed, and then showed everyone on your show like a parrot.
Make sure you look at the fake people. I am.
She says, at least actually do what you preach and do your research. It's embarrassing. Go study in the academy.
So that's somebody saying that to JM Truth. Somebody wrote in to say, go study. Go back to school, and maybe you'll understand why you're wrong. Here's his reaction.
A little bit of astrophysics, and you'll be so ashamed that you even claim this.
It's so
Same
good.
goes for immunology course for vaccines.
Which is a great piece of advice. What's your reaction, JM?
Oh, right. So let's have it. What do you have to say about vaccines? I'll let you make your comment right there on that.
Before I make vaccines, let me touch on the flat Earth thing, because she whacked. All right.
And there's still more to that email.
Wow, she whack. That's the first thing he said. She whack.
But yeah, go ahead. What you got to say, and I'll keep going with the email after.
First of all, folks, and I'm going to cover this in my videos. Science is the observation of the natural world, or the study of the natural world through observation and experiment. There's no such thing as astrophysics.
No such thing as astrophysics, he says.
It's physics, folks. I'm a physicist. It's physics. Neil deGrasse Tyson claims to be an astrophysics. There is no difference in the physics if even space existed, physics is physics. Things would operate the same way in a vacuum as they do. It doesn't matter. It's still physics.
Now, hold on. Did you hear that? Hold on, Team Skeptic. Listen to this. Okay.
Okay.
So
play
he
that
says,
again.
I'm just playing the last 10 seconds. He says, things operate in a vacuum. They would operate the same in a vacuum as they would in, well, and then he stops himself because he was about to say space after arguing that space is fake the whole time. Take a listen.
The physics, if even space existed, physics is physics. Things would operate the same way in a vacuum as they do. It doesn't matter. It's still
doesn't matter. He's about to say in space, but realizes, wait, I just said space is fake. So I can't make the argument that things should behave in a vacuum the same as they would in space if I just said space is fake. He's definitely a Poe. He's been busted here for Poeing it out a little bit, in my opinion, but I don't know.
Physics. Such astrophysics. You have to have a time machine in order to test anything in that arena. Okay? There's no such thing as astrophysics. It's a term they conjured up to make you go, oh, astrophysics. He's a really smart, dumb guy.
Hold on. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Guys, I'm sorry. Let me do it one more time.
In that arena. Okay? There's no such thing as astrophysics. It's a term they conjured up to make you go, oh, astrophysics. He's a really smart, dumb guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, folks.
Okay, I just had to play that for you. So, he's so dumb. He's such a Poe. He's saying that that in a vacuum, things should operate the same as in space. But you can't make that argument after you say space is fake, can you, JM Truth? Little bit of a Poe, aren't you? Okay, how and why I am now a scientist, ? I don't know how that sentence works. I don't know how it doesn't work. I don't know what he's trying to say.
Straight. So today I wanted to chat with you and I'm just going to explain this to you, and I'm only going to cover this one time, because after this, if people people can say whatever they want to. I'm not going to argue about it. I've explained it. I've done it. You're welcome to go and do your own research on this topic. I've had friends and people say, Josh, how are you calling yourself a physicist? You're a medic. You did this, you did that, but you were never a scientist. Well, you calling yourself a physicist? You were a medic. You did this, you did that, but you were never a scientist. Well,
so he was a medic, not a scientist, right? His entire movie is biblically based, says Geist. It doesn't surprise me to one bit, Geist. It does not surprise me at all.
Technically, the definition of a scientist is somebody who does scientific experiments, okay?
Oh, that's why you're a scientist. You're admitting you're only a scientist because you've done an experiment. Okay.
The definition of a physicist or a physics scientist is somebody who does physics experiments. That's as simple as it is, guys. It's not rocket science.
Okay, so now we know why he says he's a scientist. Team Skeptic, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. You want to add anything in, man? You got anything else you want to throw out?
No, I don't have anything else I want to throw out. He's a fucking idiot. Of course, I've said this many times. He's my vote for Dumb Fuck of the Year for 2019 and every year moving forward. And, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, so tell us really quick though, how does this work? Do we all just make a video and then like tag Reds in it to nominate somebody, or what? What do we do there?
No, we'll make sure you're a part of that. I'll do what I can to make sure that you're a part of that.
Yeah. Reds told me that he wanted me to make a nomination. I just didn't know if I was to make a video or what, but I'm sure he'll let us all know. So, well, bro, thanks for coming, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the live here in a second. Make sure you jump in anytime you want to. Love having you over here every night. So anytime I'm live, let me know. You're welcome.
Yeah. Hey, after you get done with this, let's have a quick conversation, just real quick.
Yeah, I need to talk to you anyway. Tell Fight the Flat Earth to jump in too at night whenever he's free. I mean, there's a big time difference. It's probably late, actually, like really early for him, isn't it? I'll come talk to you in Discord.
Late. It's really late right now.
I'll jump in Discord with you right now. Everybody, we're going to be heading to D-Live in just a couple minutes. You're welcome to jump in if you want, Team Skeptic. I'm not going to be on long, though. I'm going to be gaming, though, for talking about a couple things. So, anyway. All right, I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for watching, and Team Skeptic, thank you for being here, bro. Actually, just stay connected right here, bro. I'll just go offline and we'll talk here.
For sure.
Right. Let me go ahead and run the outro real quick. I'm going to mute you. It will only be a minute. All right, y'all. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Blue Marble Science is going to be here in the evening. Team Skeptic can hear me right now. If he wants to jump in tomorrow while Blue Marble is here, you're more than welcome to, buddy. And if you're not subscribed to Blue Marble Science, please go subscribe to him. He's an excellent creator. He's been doing this for like, I talked to him on DLive. He's been doing this for like 8 months now. He's got about 3,000 subs. He's doing really great. He puts out edited videos. He doesn't do live streams, but he goes on other people's channels. And I want to kind of, I love his work. And I think anyone that has watched my stuff and finds it slightly amusing may find his stuff amusing and educational also. And he debunks all the craziness. He puts out good science. He doesn't get too, Bob the Science Guy, another great creator. Bob will get really deep into the detail, right? And Blue Marble does too sometimes, but a lot of the time he keeps it a little more basic and he puts in a little more humor. And I love both of those creators. I'm going to try to get Bob the Science Guy in next week or the week after. But Blue Marble Science, tomorrow, I'll schedule it as early as I can once I confirm a time with him. But it'll be in the evening like we do every show. For everyone that's here, thank you so much for coming to hang with us. I'm going to try to get Team Skeptic and others in here more. Gotta love Gladys, says the Heathen. I do love Gladys. In fact, that's the first thing I said to Big Blue when I got him on DLive. I said, I love Gladys. How's Gladys doing? And he said that Gladys was tired. He said something happened today that wore out Gladys. And he told me this, and he did not tell me to tell you this. I mean it. Some people are going to call me a Blue Marble Science shill, but he doesn't know that I'm going to say this. He told me he's putting out a video tomorrow, and it's going to be really good. So if you haven't seen him, it'll be a great video to get introduced into his channel with. So go check him out for me, Blue Marble. I'm out of here. If you like my work, paypal.me/UNIROCK, or join the channel, or just watch the channel. Just liking the video helps me out tremendously. Thank you to all you guys. I want to make sure this isn't going to be unlisted because Team Skeptic jumped in. I was going to unlist this. Team's here. It is set to I'm going to unset it. And every night, at least 4 or 5 days out of the week, we're right here on UNIRock Live. It's our nightly show. Sometimes I'll give you some news. Sometimes I give you updates. Sometimes we react to new stuff or trending stuff. But for the most part, I go out and find all the clips that I'm not going to put into my normal video. My edited videos. Craziness. All the anti-science, all the weird, all the conspiracy crazy, or just the regular crazy. Anything I can find out there. Compile it into one nightly show over here so that if you have time and you don't want to search yourself, you can find some stuff to laugh at or hang out with one of our guests. Thanks to everyone that supports us, and we'll be back tomorrow with Blue Marble Science and maybe even Team Skeptic. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you. I'm outie.